Welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 1. Last time we started the end of the world, which is hell, and in this part we're going to go more through end of the world, and we're going to have a couple, not really a flashback, but we're going to see some old places, because why not?
We've got places to go and people to meet.
Was that a Sonic reference? I feel like it was.
No, I think that's just like about. I don't know what I was referencing.
It reminds me of, what is the level I'm thinking of? City Escape. There you go. It's like got places to go, gotta follow my
Yeah,
rainbow.
but I said people to meet. Not everything's a Sonic reference. No.
True. I don't know what's happening. I'm not even that big into Sonic anymore, and now I'm starting to be like, is that a reference to
Is that
Sonic?
a reference to the famous video game character Sonic the Hedgehog?
Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference?
God, the glide animation's so lame in this game. Even the super glide animation's lame, when KH2 looks awesome. How dare this game
To be fair,
be
I mean,
old?
I don't watch JoJo, but this game does have something very similar to JoJo in the final boss, so...
Yeah, yep, he has a stand.
He does have a stand. He technically has two.
Yeah, he does have two.
His second one's a lot cooler, though.
Yeah, like, his final phase just looks fucking stupid.
You know what it looks like? I was gonna make this joke originally when we got to the finale, but it looks like, you know the ship version of Gurren Lagann? Yeah. It looks just like that, except like a demon, basically. For some reason, I thought you could jump in this portal from, like, being down here, and you can't do that, so don't jump down here. It's a big mistake, so just save you some time while I'm at it. But yeah, you can get a lot of... Yeah, I eventually was just like, okay, I gotta cut. But, so you can actually get quite a few chests here. I'm pretty sure there's a shield for Goofy you can get here.
Yeah, it's his best shield. Apart from, like, save the King and Queen, there's his best shield you can get, apart from that.
I'm just gonna say this here now, I won't get Save the King and Queen. I don't really see a point to, in all honesty.
I think you get one of them from doing the solo cup Hades. The Hades Cup solo, and you get the other one from doing the time trial for Hades Cup. And you get the ultimate just from grinding.
This entire part is going to be us just going through past worlds and fighting Heartless, so we're probably going to run out of things to talk about. I'm just going to say this now. So, Philip, how's your day been?
How has my day been? I finished some uni work, which is pretty cool. I'm going to submit that on Monday, and then I'll pretty much be done. So I'm going to celebrate by playing Chain of Memories. I don't think that's much of a celebration, but it's something.
You could get drunk and play Chain of Memories. That's what you should do. I don't normally condone drinking. Nothing wrong with it, but, you know, if you're playing Chain of Memories, it's more fun to play drunk, I'm sure.
I can't play games drunk. Like, people like...
You say like, that. You played Mario Kart with me
I
drunk
played
that
it drunk,
one day,
but I wasn't...
and it was
I can't, like... If I was playing like an RPG, I wouldn't get anything done. So,
oh, yeah. I still think that night that you played Mario Kart with me drunk is one of the funniest moments I've ever seen. Just because you kept driving into the wall and you could not figure out why you weren't winning. And I was like, oh, it's so funny.
It was all a part of my plan.
I will say, I do like this area of Traverse Town. It's really nice. It's an area.
Like in the original PS2 version, you could barely make out the Dalmatian kind of like gold plaque because it was pixelated as shit. It wasn't until during Drop Distance, like this was before this HD version came out, you could like make out that like the Dalmatian thing properly because in the PS2 version it was pixelated as shit and you couldn't. It was like a blurry texture.
So, I'm not... This isn't really on topic. Well, it's on topic, it's not on topic, but I was kind of thinking of something earlier, because I was watching videos on the new God of War game, and I ended up watching a video of... I'm going to do a quick spoiler for God of War 2, where where Zeus kills Kratos in the beginning of that game. And it's a CGI cutscene, obviously, and I've never, like, when I'm always thinking, like, PS2 games, I think of their CG, I always go to KH1 and 2 for some reason, because I'm like, the CG in these games is you know, fantastic. God of War 2 has some really good CG for a PS2 game.
Well, God of War 2 came out, that was a late PS2 game. That came out when the PS3 was out. It came out in 07.
Wait,
it was like, it was a couple months after the PS3 came out, I think, but like, it came out like, when the PS3 was out, God of War 2. So that's probably why that looked good.
Well, I'm trying to think, when KH2 came out, what, 05, 06?
06 in America and Europe, 05 in Japan. Yeah, KH2 was a late PS2 game as well.
Even, like, now, like, you see, like, the CG for this game. Like, obviously, it's not gonna look as good compared to, like, KH2 or...
KH2
even,
still
like, the DDD stuff.
The CG still looks, it's a bit rough, but it's still decent. The KH2 one still holds up today. That's how good it was at the time.
Yeah. Okay, so I hear a lot of people say this. Do you think the graphics for 3 look as good as the CG? Because I hear a lot of people throwing that around, and I'm like,
no way. No, they don't. Like, objectively, they look good. Objectively, they don't. Just compare the two.
Exactly. But, like, even, like, now, you don't see... Probably because they're on handhelds, obviously, but they don't really use that big CG budget for KH games as much. Like, they'll do it for the intro, but that's it. Like, you look at BBS, they have CG for the opening, and that's it. It's not for any other parts of the game. Even, like, DDD does the same thing, it's just the intro.
Their DDD's intro so good.
Yeah, it's really good. But even, like, some of the other games, like, Days doesn't have any CG to my knowledge, I don't think. And neither... Well, to be fair, that was a DS game, so I can get why, but...
Okay, so, like, we're in the end game of KH1, so I think this might be a good chance to ask this. What is your favourite end game in any of the KH games?
Well, it's KH2,
yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
I love the KH2 end game. Even though it is a little... It goes on for a little... Like, that's something I will say about KH1 and KH2 are guilty of this. While I love their final areas, they do go on for a little too long. Because, like, this is the perfect example for KH1. This part, you honestly could have gotten rid of this section and nothing would change. It's really just here for you to get extra EXP, which is fine, but, you know, it drags. KH2 does it a bit differently, where they throw a lot of boss fights your way, which is fine, but it feels like...
How many boss fights? So, if we count Final Mix... There's Roxas, there's Syax, there's Luxord,
Xemnas 1, and then all his other forms.
Yep. Yeah, there's Xemnas 1, there's Armored Xemnas 1, then there's Dragon, then there's Armored Xemnas 2, and there's Final Xemnas, so there's 8 in the world that never was.
Well, no, 9, because we forgot about Xigbar.
And Xigbar, shit, yeah, you're right, there's 9. There's 9. There's 9
Like... Because that's a problem. That's a problem I have with KH2 in general, like with its story. Because we've brought this up before, but KH2, a lot of the Disney stuff, like, adds nothing to the plot. So, like, it's only a couple of worlds where you actually fight the Org members. Like, I think the only Disney world where you actually fight an Org member and defeat them, like, they don't come back, is Beast Castle, I think. And that's just because you fight Zoldan. And to be fair, Zoldan doesn't do anything in that game anyway.
Do you know what the best implement, like, the problem with KH2 had moments of greatness, like, we say, like, KH2, like, the Tron world, out of any of the games, even this game, it had the best merging of the original plot and the Disney plot, like, by far. Like, out of any, like, the Tron world was such, like, cleverly implemented into, like, the main plot as well, and that's the only time they ever did it.
Do you think the Tron world is probably the best Disney world in the series?
Yep. Like, I kind of wished, because, like, if they did that for all the worlds, like, what they did with the Tron world, it would be a better Disney and, like, Square Enix, like, merging plot than this game, for sure. But they only did it for that world.
KH1 definitely does it better, in that sense, where you have at least... It's not every world, but Riku at least is running around in some of the worlds and doing stuff, and you at least interact with them. With 2, you'll interact with the Org members every once in a while, but they still don't do anything. It's like, oh, I'm here, here's a Heartless or a Nobody the fight, and that's it. It's just like, okay.
I kind of like how, like, Ansem, like, pirated Tron as well. It was funny.
Yeah.
Or how Terranaut pirated Tron. I don't know why I find that so funny.
You know what would be kind of funny is if Tron is one of the 13 Darknesses in 3.
I like how they explained that in DDD. Like, I did like that in DDD, how they gave justification where I was like, so like Sora, like the grid was the original Tron world, and Space Paranoids was a copy, which Xehanort made. Which is why Rinsler doesn't recognize Sora, because it's not the same one.
I love that Xehanort is a master hacker,
Yeah.
apparently. That's
Oh, he just
the
used
best
fucking
thing.
uTorrent. It's not
No, X-Torrent. You can't do
Xtorrent.
uTorrent.
Yeah. No, KeyTorrent. Some people say KaiTorrent, but the meaning's the same.
I knew that joke was coming a mile away. Keytorrent! There you go. I can't really do a good Xehanort impression. It's hard.
I wonder who they're gonna do to get to do the voice.
Oh yeah, some people think it's gonna be Corey Burton just because he
No.
always replaces everybody. I hope it's not.
No. Richard Epcar's such a bad Ansem Seeker of Darkness. I fucking hate him. Like, to be fair, like, he's doing his best, but like, he is not Billy Zane. Like, he's so bad.
Wait, let me ask you this: what do you think about Paul St. Peter as Xemnas? Do you like him? Or?
He's amazing. He lost his voice a bit after 2. Honestly, he's not as good as he was. Like in DDD, you can tell like he can't do that voice anymore. But like 2 was like, God, that voice is so deep and manly.
Listen, there's a line. Okay, so it's before you fight Zebra Xemnas with Sora and Riku that he does, where he's talking about, he says something, he goes, that eternal radiance of yours, and the way he says it is so cool, and I'm just like, oh, it's a weird, because, like you said, he does that voice, and that's not his, like, regular voice, I'm pretty sure, because, like, he voices, the Nine-Tailed Fox in Naruto, and you can't tell they're the exact same person. I legit blew my mind when I found out that's who it was. And I was like, oh my god, like, you know. But I love him as Xemnas. I think I'd actually say he's probably one of the best voice actors in the
Xemnas is
series.
the best KH villain, like, period, I think. Master Xehanort as well. Like, Master Xehanort and Xemnas are my favourite.
Yeah,
but,
I like Xehanort a bit more.
I don't know, I kind of like Xemnas. Like, I don't know which one I... God, I like them both. Don't make me choose.
Xemnas is just kind of cool. I mean...
All of the KH villains are pretty strong. Young Xehanort's a bit lame. I'm not a fan of him. But, like...
Yeah, I don't like young Xehanort. I even like Marluxia quite a bit, actually. Like, I think he's okay.
I kind of like... It was kind of refreshing, like, seeing a non-Xehanort as a villain. We don't really see that.
Well, who's technically considered the villain for Recoded, like, really?
No one, really. Like, fucking Maleficent and Pete, I guess. They're the one who facilitated it all, weren't they? They're the ones who caused it all, because they were invading the data world.
That's something, while I do like Xehanort, I am ready for 4 when we get a new villain. I really can't wait, just because I love KH, because I love how dumb it can be, but I'm not gonna lie, there are times where I'm like, okay, this is a little too dumb even for me. Because, like, it never really, I was fine. Like, I always thought, you know, KH is really stupid, but it was not until DDD where I was like, okay, you're getting a little too dumb, even for me. And I love dumb stuff, but, nah, I don't know. I will say this though, that little water current pushing you up, you need to stay careful to like make sure you don't get caught in that, because if you do, it'll push you up and it'll make you exit the area, and you have to come all the way back and fight these Heartless again. It's so annoying. Yeah, it happened to me, and I had to do a cut. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I had to do it. I was not a happy camper. I'll put it that way.
Last part we were talking about like kind of like Miss KH news. We haven't recorded these in one of a while. So also from that KH Unchained event, which the Game & Watch trailer for KH3 came out, or the LCD game trailer, Nomura also said there's an unconfirmed summon for a world exclusive to, like, there's going to be summoned in KH3, which comes from a world exclusive to a phone game, which is yet to be revealed.
What do you think it'll be?
I don't know.
Well, here, like, what would you like to see?
I'm not sure.
I still want my Behemoth summon. I know that technically won't work, but I still want a Behemoth summon in KH. I think that'd be really cool.
But the thing with summons are they're called links in KH3. They're the same as D-links. They're basically D-links, like, as a summon in KH3. But it must be someone who saw us met before, because the point of linking was, like, in BBS, like, the whole point of linking was you could only link with someone who you've met. So it has to be a character Sora's met. Well, it might not have to be, but if it's called a link system, then you'd assume so.
I don't think this is what it will be, but if they did it just because I like the movie, I would be happy. Sora has technically met Stitch, and Lilo and Stitch doesn't have a world in that game. It's technically not had a... They could have set Hawaii or something.
Yeah, they've already got beach assets for the phone game. They could easily do that,
yeah. That's why I could see it being Stitch. Just because they usually have some kind of representation. Well, and it's only really been KH2 where they have representation for Lilo and Stitch. Well, in BBS, I guess, but... I'm surprised they haven't tried to bring, like, that back, honestly. Like, at least, like, Stitch when he's in Hawaii or something. It'd be something different. Or I could see them doing, if Treasure Planet doesn't get a world, I could see that being a link or something. I don't know, something.
Well, we've only got, like, what, just over a month till because E3's just around the corner. Like, it's about 5 weeks away? 5 or 6 weeks.
And I can't wait.
It's about, let me count the weeks actually, it's only 3. I think it's about 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks exactly today, I think. I think it's 6 weeks today.
We may date this part by saying this, I don't know. I still think the next trailer is going to be about Roxas. I just get that feeling. I don't know why.
Give me the other promise.
I don't know. I'd say, I think it will be about Roxas. I think it'll be Roxas centered in some way, and Frozen will be unveiled. That's what I'm betting right now.
I think they're going to go all out, like, I think they're going to announce the release date. I think they're going to show the box art and stuff as well. Oh, it's going to be a big blowout.
Because, like you said, they're going to be a big blowout. That's why I think that's why they've waited until now to reveal Frozen, because they've set themselves up. They've revealed Toy Story, which is a big deal, Monsters, Inc. So they're getting all these, like, old fans who love these old Pixar movies, and they're going to announce Frozen to get these new,
yeah,
like,
you're right.
Kids,
that's such a good marketing tactic, because Frozen was the biggest Disney film, and they see, oh, Frozen's coming to this, like, game. What's this game called? Kingdom Hearts. Oh, that comes out in November. So, you know what I mean? If they announce a release date along with a Frozen reveal, like, they can bring those new fans in, because there'll be a release date associated with it. So that's, yeah, that's pretty clever.
I just think it makes sense, being honest with you.
Yeah, totally.
Which I would be fine. Like, I don't get I get the people who don't like Frozen.
But
yeah,
we've said this many times, but whenever I ask people why don't you want Frozen, because I don't like Frozen the movie, and I'm like, why does that matter for Kingdom Hearts? Because Kingdom Hearts never does justice to the movies it has. Like, it's always port bridgings. So, like...
See, and that's why I'm really happy 3 is doing this in particular, where 3 is going to have just, like... It's going to be like worlds that take place either after the movie or before the movie, which I'm glad they're doing that. That way I don't have to just get the same story all over again. However, the thing is, with Frozen, I can see them just readapting the movie just for Frozen. I could see that. But... Because Toy Story, we already know it's, like, set after Toy Story 1, I'm pretty sure. And, like, I think it's set to Toy Story 1. Because you don't see Jessie or anybody, so... I could see that. The only thing, and I know why this won't happen, but I really wish it would. I wish it could have been, like, you could have fought, what's the name of, like, the villain dude in Toy Story 2?
Oh, what, Easy Pete, or Stinky Pete, or whatever, Stinky Pete.
Yeah.
Easy Pete's a guy from fucking New Vegas. Stinky Pete, yeah.
I wish you could fight him, or, what is the name of Buzz's dad? I can't think of what it is.
Zerg?
Yeah, listen. If you
I want to fight
you
Zerg.
could have a boss fight with him.
I love to fight Zerg.
I do too. Oh, dude. If he was a boss, if he's a secret boss in that game, I will buy somebody a free copy of KH3 when it comes out.
Yeah, I'd fucking love to fight Zerg.
I love Zerg. He's so cool. I've never actually watched the Buzz Lightyear cartoon.
I
I've always
had the
wanted...
movie when I was a kid. I used to watch it all the time. I think the movie was the pilot for the show. So I never saw the show, but I saw the movie. And I used to watch it all the time. This area is weird. I always liked this area when I first played this game because it's kind of ominous. Because it's the only original area like you go to. Because the rest are just like repeats of rooms you've already been to from all the other worlds. But this is a completely new area of Hollow Bastion. And I always found that interesting. But what does it mean, man? What does it mean?
Will this tie into Kingdom Hearts 3? Find out next time as we fight the devil.